Hello, this is Susan Kramer, and welcome to your next card. This is part of the Full of Life class that I offered. This is the pattern paper we've been using. Move that out of the way. Hopefully that's not glaring. No, good. And let me make sure I can find myself here. There we go. All right, so there's the Full of Life Designer Series paper, and the coordinating stamps are called Friends for Life. This is in our new annual catalog, and here's our, I'm calling it the accordion fold card. You can see that. It's kind of fun because I'm using two different pattern papers. So mix and match, the colors all go together. So the ones I'm going to use, I'm going to switch things up a little bit. You'll get a white base and then the white layer that you can make that exact card if you want. But then we're going to try something different. This is Granny Apple Green. Our accordion is still going to be white. And then just for kicks, I'm going to use, which paper? I think I'm going to, I don't know. I really want the more green on there. So that's going to be my base layer, and then that's going to be in there. And then I'm going to coordinate the greens. So I'm going to use this section of this paper. And then you have some dies, the oval. And then when I die cut this, I got both pieces. These have adhesive on the back, so make sure you're stamping on the right side. You can see there's little dots. That is the front, and then the matte side. It looks like matte. That's the liner that we're going to take off to expose the adhesive. So make sure you're stamping on the right side. Otherwise, it won't dry, and you'll get ink everywhere. Okay, so for this sentiment and the one I'm going to put on here, this card's going to be a little different than that one. I'm going to use the Unbounded Love. And it is the dies, the Unbounded Love dies, that I use to create our oval rectangle and then the frame. This is a fabulous set. Lots of sentiments. They are bigger than on the cover. These are only 80%. And the Hope, Love, Faith, and Peace are separate stamps. I am going to use the Hope. But then they kind of pair up with the rest of them. This is a very nice happy birthday, and with sympathy. I've been using this a lot, and I've only had it for like a month. Okay, let's get busy. So the hardest part is going to be deciding which pattern papers to use. So here, I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to put a Post-it note because I know I want this to be the part that I use. So this card base is 5.5 by 4 1/4. You could make this a regular card instead of just a quarter sheet. You could make it a regular open card. I didn't want to do that though. Okay, so this, I want this corner, so I want this to be 4. This will be in your directions. 4 by 5 1/4. And I chose to omit the blue there. And then on this piece, again, I'm going to use my Post-it note to mark which corner I want. This one is going to be 4 by 2 3/4. So, do I want it this way or this way? We're going to go this way, so we're going to go 4. Sorry if, oh, I'm off. You could see it, 4. Yep. Like 2 3/4. Feel free to trim down if you wanted certain splotches or whatever. Trim yours down. You can always use what you trim off on the inside of a card or inside of a different card. I love this pattern paper, and to be honest, I bought more. I have a whole nother pack. All right, let's put our card together and then we'll decorate it. This one I am going to try to remember to use some of the ribbon. I just opened it earlier today. So there's our layer. Oh, that green is so pretty. And then make sure you put this on the right way. I think I was about to do it the wrong way. So it goes this way. If you're going to stamp on here, I suggest you stamp first. Oh, this piece is 9 by 4 1/4, and I have it scored at 3 6. So 9 scored at 3 6, and it's 4 1/4, which you can see it's exactly the same width All right, so it makes really good use of our paper. I'm not going to stamp on the inside of this one, so I can just adhere it. Put a heart and say a prayer. Have you seen me do that? I learned that from somebody else. All right. And if I put this on upside down, I would just turn my card around, right? So that's how it's going to open. Next, we're going to put this on. I can decide which way I want it this way. Just the bright greens are in the same corner. You can do whatever you'd like. Oh, it would look pretty with that on the same side. That would look pretty too. I'm not doing that though. I'm going to put this there. You could stamp on these. In that last card I videotaped, I had stamped on my first sample. I did not stamp on it the second because I used a different piece of paper. But you can always stamp on pattern paper. So there's that. Leave that there for you. And then on these, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to stamp hope on this little rectangle. And then I already checked. And this stamp says, is believing in a brighter tomorrow. And that does fit on there. And I forgot to grab my ink. Sorry. It's just right here. And hopefully I can find it quickly. There we go. Sorry about that. Recording all these videos on one day is a little nerve-wracking, so thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so I'm going to stamp is believing in a brighter tomorrow right in the middle. Very nice. And then I'm going to stamp hope on this one. This is Granny Apple Green. Did I tell you that? I think I did. I'm looking at the OPE, not the H, because the H is very sideways on this stamp. All right, let's put this together. I'm going to grab my ribbon so I don't forget. And my iridescent faceted gems. If you're looking for these in the catalog, they're number 27. I'm going to be doing that on all of them so that I know which item they are. I think I'm just going to loop this like that. And I kind of like this oval sticking off the edge just because I have enough room to do that. Sorry, I'm a little off camera, I think. Let's see. I didn't plan this very much ahead before. I just checked to see that that stamp would fit on the oval. There, and that. Okay, so I need some adhesive here. For ribbon, I like to use tear and tape and put a couple pieces. And I'm going to angle my ribbon. Taking these liners off is tricky. Oh, good, it didn't drop all the way. You probably don't need to watch this part. If you're already done with your card, that's fine. But I will complete it so you can see my finished card. There's that. And that. I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. I'm going to grab a glue dot too. So as you know, I'm using these glue dots these days. Where did my take your pick tool go? I get small, medium, and large glue dots doing that. I'm going to put that one right there to hold our ribbon down a little bit. All right. Dimensionals on the other side. There. Take off all these liners. Not cooperating. I'll just make a mess on my table. is believing in a brighter tomorrow. Oh, look at that. Liner came off that one easily. Just going to tuck that behind it. It just adds some interest. And then hope. Hope this comes off. Oh, look at that. Yay. I'm going to tuck that just like that. There's adhesive on there, so make sure that's flat. And let's add some gems. Not cooperating. So when that happens, I use my take your pick tool to pick it up, and we'll put 2 big ones and 1 little one. How about there? I don't know. Hope is believing in a brighter tomorrow. You can see on this card, I used part of my scrap. Oh, I used the same one. I didn't even know that. Oh, goodness. I guess I like that sentiment. You can see I used a piece of scrap to add to my cards on the inside. So that is the accordion fold card. Happy stamping.